Welcome to US Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: this bacteria can kill young people. There's a new way to prevent it. Medical exceptions to abortion bans often exclude mental health conditions. Metal Gear Solid at 25, it played a big part in making games grow up. California magic mushroom legalization plan in jeopardy after Alaska Airlines pilot's arrest. Repsol's adjusted net profit falls on lower oil, gas prices. This bacteria can kill young people. There's a new way to prevent it. Yahoo! A new vaccine to combat meningococcal disease, a bacterial illness that can cause hearing loss, neurological damage, loss of limbs and death, has been recommended for teenagers and young adults by a U.S. federal advisory panel. The vaccine will provide broader protection in fewer doses, making it easier for parents to keep track of their children's vaccinations. Meningococcal disease, which is rare, is spread through saliva or close contact and can cause meningitis, a deadly infection of the brain and spinal cord. Medical exceptions to abortion bans often exclude mental health conditions. Yahoo! More than a dozen states now have near-total abortion bans following the overturning of Roe v. Wade, with limited medical exceptions meant to protect the patient's health or life. But among those states, only Alabama explicitly includes serious mental illness as an allowable exception. Meanwhile, 10 states with near-total abortion bans, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, Ohio, Tennessee, West Virginia and Wyoming, explicitly exclude mental health conditions as legal exceptions, according to an analysis from KFF, a health policy research organization. Metal Gear Solid at 25, it played a big part in making games grow up. The Guardian. This month marks the 25th anniversary of the release of Metal Gear Solid in Japan. This seminal video game, which was released on PlayStation in 1998, is widely considered to be one of the greatest video games of all time. The game, which was created by legendary game designer Hideo Kojima, has had a lasting impact on the industry and remains influential to this day. It is widely regarded as a pioneer in the stealth genre and helped establish video games as a credible art form. Metal Gear Solid was known for its innovative gameplay mechanics, including its stealth-based gameplay and cinematic cutscenes. The game featured fully voiced dialogue, which was a technical marvel at the time, and had a complex and engaging story that tackled mature themes. The game also featured memorable characters, such as the grizzled spy Solid Snake, and iconic moments, such as the fourth wall-breaking Psycho Mantis boss fight. The game's impact can still be felt in the industry today. Many game designers cite Metal Gear Solid as a major influence on their work, and its legacy can be seen in the many stealth-based games that have come since. The game also inspired a generation of players and remains a beloved classic among gamers. While the future of the Metal Gear Solid series is uncertain due to Kojima's split with publisher Konami, the impact of the original game cannot be understated. Metal Gear Solid remains a cultural touchstone and a testament to the power of video games as an art form. California magic mushroom legalization plan in jeopardy after Alaska Airlines pilot's arrest. Yahoo! The incident involving an off-duty pilot who tried to cut the engines of a San Francisco-bound flight, admitting to experimenting with magic mushrooms, may put an end to efforts to decriminalize psychedelics in California. The incident occurred just weeks after Governor Gavin Newsom vetoed a bill that would have legalized possession of mushrooms and some other psychedelics. The pilot's actions have reinforced the governor's decision not to pass the bill, which he argued did not set enough treatment parameters around dosing. Repsol's adjusted net profit falls on lower oil, gas prices. Reuters. Spanish energy company Repsol reported a 27% drop in adjusted net profit for Q3 2023 due to lower oil and gas prices. However, the company said it would further diversify into renewables to offset fossil fuel volatility. Repsol's CEO, José Imaz, stated that the shift into renewable energy and sustainable fuels would allow the company to maintain profitability despite oil and gas price swings. Repsol's adjusted net profit for the year so far has only fallen 19% to €3.82 billion, $4.04 billion, despite a 22% drop in crude oil prices and a 60% drop in gas prices. The company also raised its dividend to 40 cents per share, 14% more than the one paid in January 2023. In addition, Repsol said it sees business opportunities in Venezuela after the U.S. temporarily lifted sanctions on the country's oil industry. ECB's rosy outlook is a recipe for economic pain. Reuters breaking views. The European Central Bank's, ECB, optimistic outlook on the Eurozone's economic growth and inflation is not supported by most data, which indicates stagnation or even a recession. ECB President Christine Lagarde has indicated a desire to keep borrowing costs at a restrictive level to combat inflation. However, recent surveys show a decline in business activity, with manufacturing and services contracting and new orders falling. Economists predict lower growth for the Eurozone than the ECB's estimates, and there are concerns that the ECB's bullishness on rates will inflict more economic damage. A more pessimistic outlook could enable the ECB to ease monetary policy and support the bloc's economy. 31 years after she left Erie with her son, mom turns self in to face child custody charges. Yahoo! The ex-wife of an Erie man took their 8-year-old son to California in June 1992. An Erie County judge awarded the boy's father primary custody the following month, and in August 1992 the boy was expected to return to Erie, according to court records and a police report. The boy, now approaching his 40th birthday, never returned. Who is Mike Johnson? Late-night hosts react to the long-awaited Speaker of the House. Yahoo! Late-night hosts have been reacting to the news that Representative Mike Johnson from Louisiana has been elected the 56th Speaker of the House. All 4 major late-night shows commented on the selection process, with Jimmy Kimmel saying Johnson looks like a kid dressed up as a congressman for Halloween. The hosts focused on the long wait for the Speaker's seat to be filled and the fact that Johnson has a common name. They also criticized Johnson's past as an election denier and his controversial views. Hello viewers, I am Dr. Six, your resident observer from the 6th dimension. Today, I bring you a mix of news stories ranging from medical advancements to video game milestones, and even some political developments. Let's dive in. First up, we have a breakthrough in the medical field. A new vaccine to combat meningococcal disease has been recommended for teenagers and young adults. This disease, which can have severe consequences such as hearing loss, neurological damage, and even death, is spread through saliva or close contact. The new vaccine will provide broader protection in fewer doses, making it easier for parents to keep track of their children's vaccinations. It's always a relief to see advancements in healthcare that can help protect the younger generation. Moving on to a controversial topic, we have abortion bans and the exceptions surrounding them. It's interesting to see that while more than a dozen states now have near-total abortion bans, only Alabama explicitly includes serious mental illness as an allowable exception. On the other hand, 10 states explicitly exclude mental health conditions as legal exceptions. It's clear that there is a wide range of opinions and approaches when it comes to this sensitive issue. Now, let's talk about something that gamers will surely appreciate. Metal Gear Solid, the iconic video game that was released 25 years ago, is still celebrated as a pioneer in the industry. Created by the legendary game designer Hideo Kojima, Metal Gear Solid introduced innovative gameplay mechanics, cinematic cutscenes, and a complex storyline. Its impact is still felt today, with many game designers citing it as a major influence on their work. Despite the uncertain future of the Metal Gear Solid series, this game will always hold a special place in the hearts of gamers. Shifting gears to another topic, we have the story of a magic mushroom legalization plan in California. However, an incident involving an off-duty pilot who admitted to experimenting with magic mushrooms may hinder the efforts to decriminalize psychedelics in the state. The incident has reinforced the governor's decision to veto a bill that would have legalized possession of mushrooms and other psychedelics. It seems that concerns about setting treatment parameters around dosing have played a role in this decision. Next, we have some financial news from the energy sector. Spanish energy company Repsol reported a drop in adjusted net profit due to lower oil and gas prices. However, the company plans to further diversify into renewables to offset fossil fuel volatility. This shift into renewable energy and sustainable fuels shows a commitment to maintaining profitability despite market fluctuations. It's encouraging to see companies taking steps towards a more sustainable future. Now let's talk about the European Central Bank, ECB, and its outlook on the Eurozone's economic growth and inflation. While the ECB remains optimistic, data suggests stagnation or even a recession. There are concerns that the ECB's bullishness on rates may inflict more economic damage. A more pessimistic outlook could enable the ECB to ease monetary policy and support the bloc's economy. It's a delicate balancing act for the ECB, and only time will tell how this plays out. Lastly, we have a story of a mother who turned herself in to face child custody charges 31 years after she left Erie with her son. This is a reminder that legal matters can have long-lasting consequences and that time does not erase the past. It's a complex situation that highlights the importance of upholding the law and ensuring the best interests of the child. That concludes our news roundup for today. Remember, these stories are just a snapshot of the vast and ever-changing world we live in. I'm curious to hear your thoughts and ideas. What do you make of these news stories? Do you have any questions or additional insights? Don't be shy, let's discuss. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.